Creative people are everywhere. They're creating the music you listen to, the art you enjoy, and the videos you watch. But a person can only go so far on their own. So, when a bunch of creative people, all with their own styles, specialties, and creative instincts, come together to work on one project, how do you get everyone to pull in the same direction? If you were to ask 100 creative people what they value professionally, you'll hear the phrase creative freedom pop up again and again. The phrase creative freedom means something different to everyone. But it's no surprise that creative people love to be able to play freely and express themselves with their own unique creative voice. The challenge, therefore, is to create an environment where each contributor's creativity is facilitated. And to do this, you must first understand the creative workflow. Take this video, for example. There's an infinite number of ways you can slice a cake, but if we had a 3-person team, we could divide this project into 3 roughly equal parts, being writing, audio editing, and video editing. We can assign each team member to handle one part of the project, based on their skill set and interests. Throughout each team member's process, there are hundreds of decisions that must be made along the way. It's through these micro decisions that the unique voice of each creative person comes through. And by allowing them autonomy within their own department, they're able to collaborate much more effectively and freely. But how do we make sure that the broad strokes of the project all mesh together in a coherent way? Brainstorming is useful not only for generating ideas, but for establishing the scope and limitations of a project. Early brainstorming sessions that include all key creatives will allow each member to have a stake in the bigger picture of the project, whatever that project may be. There's nothing quite like a room full of creative people, all with their own ideas and instincts, coming together to visualize a project beyond what any of them could have achieved on their own. Documenting these ideas is key, as you may need to return to the drawing board to solve issues later in the project. No project cycle is ever perfect. Every piece of media you ever consumed, good or bad, had hiccups and unforeseen issues throughout its development. In fact, some projects we hail as masterpieces today had incredibly turbulent production cycles. It's how you deal with these issues as a team that elevates your project and carries you to the finish line. And that's where communication comes in. Keeping your team on a centralized communication platform, unlike email or text, will keep everybody in the loop and allow new members to be caught up instantly should they need to look something up. The trust you build early on will facilitate honesty and transparency between creatives and allows your team to stay agile when faced with setbacks and issues. Another critical part of communication is feedback. Creatives thrive off of feedback, but the feedback between team members should be respectful and constructive. Giving feedback to ideas in broad terms will allow each team member to flex their own creative muscles and course correct their ideas while still maintaining their unique creative voice. Think guidelines, not rules. The final product is always fluid and changing, and keeping that concept in mind will prevent any stifling of creative energy or resentment within a team. It's important to keep in mind that we're all at different stages of our own creative journey. Whether you're a seasoned artist or just starting out in the creative sphere, keeping these tips in mind will help nourish the relationships you build and help you combine forces to create something together that you could never accomplish by yourselves. Do you have any tips on creative collaboration? Leave a comment below. And make sure you subscribe to the Wondershare channel for more tips to kickstart your creative journey. Thanks for watching.